Howdy YouTube, my name's Ethanra, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. So there's a few things I want to talk about, which we're going to discuss in Union Cross once we get there. Hopefully sometime this century. Alright. So yeah, the first thing is I want to apologize for that one video, my food poisoning. I only made that, well, actually I want to apologize for both because I didn't make that video for like attention or anything. I've never had food poisoning, so I had no idea how long I'd be down for the count. But I just wanted to make that just in case, because for all I knew, I might have needed to go to the hospital. I don't know. So I just thought I'd make that, but then like I said, that was like the fourth time or something I had made that video. And after I made it, I went and talked to my dad about the food poisoning, and he, wow, what are the odds of that? And he helped me get better, gave me some Alka-Seltzer. Well, he didn't give it to me, he told me where to get it, but same thing. Got some Alka-Seltzer, and that helped out. And a little bit after that, at like almost 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, essentially, I was feeling better. So I was like, and I couldn't sleep because, you know, insomnia, 1, food poisoning, that's 2. So I decided, well, I'm up, I'm feeling better, so I might as well go ahead and make another video to let everybody know I'm okay. Just had a little scare is all. So there's that. Sorry about that. And it seems like for the most part I have everything under control with my videos. I know I'm messing up a lot, but what I'm trying to say is I'm getting better at checking. Like originally, you know, I'd forget to turn it off, or the notifications off, period. Then wait, oh wow, I thought that was okay. Well, whatever, something weird must be going on. I really wasn't paying attention. How weird is that? Huh, interesting. Wow, that distracted me completely. What was I saying? Hold on, give me a second. It's gonna have to come back to me. I'm gonna have to backtrack. Okay, the video, food poisoning. Oh, right. Yeah, so I'm getting better at checking to make sure my notifications are not on. But I wasn't doing as good as I should have because something I didn't know was that my vibrations of my phone, the phone's vibrations are so intense that they generate noise even when it's only in my hand. So even when the actual notification sound is not on, if the vibration is loud enough, you can actually still hear it. So I've changed that from this video onward. It'll be completely muted. So, you know, hopefully I won't get like some kind of emergency text or anything like that. But knowing my luck, probably, trust me, I'll let you know if that happens. But there's that. And I also want to apologize for some of my past videos. I know they're just awful. Like, I actually went back and rewatched some, and it was like some of the most cringe-worthy things, like how my mic kept popping. I probably did it right there. Whenever I say words that start with P's for some stupid reason. Ooh. So I'm trying to, you know, avoid doing that. I'm also, like, much farther away from my mic than normal, so sorry if you can't hear me. But yeah, so I'm trying, because it seems like that's the only real thing left that's an issue with my videos. Like, I got the audio under control. You can hear me now. You can somewhat hear the sound effects and the music. That's under control. What isn't is the mic popping, and of course, whenever I relapse into my ineptitude and I forget to turn the notifications off. But yeah, so that's all out of the way. I just want to say I'm going to try to be better in the future. I apologize for how cringy some of my earlier videos absolutely are. And let me go ahead and move on a bit. Oh, didn't mean to do that. But yeah, I'll try to be more careful in the future, more on point. Case in point, as a matter of fact, I was also thinking of Kingdom Hearts in general. And my thoughts turned to the Keyblade. And I was curious, what my Keyblade would look like, because obviously you can't control it. I mean, you can, being, you can draw your own or whatever, but I mean, if they were real, you couldn't control what your Keyblade looked like. You would just get one based off your personality or whatever. And before I go on with that, I also want to note how Sora's Kingdom Key is simultaneously one of my favorites and least favorite Keyblades in the entire franchise. And that's, when I say franchise, it might be inappropriate, series, canon, whatever. Because even though it's a very, very basic design, there's also the really cool fact that it has like a crown in the teeth of it, or rather the teeth make up a crown, however you want to word that. But the reason why that in itself is not the problem. The problem is, believe it or not, originally Sora was actually be some kind of like cat boy with, he was basically gonna look like a combination of himself and his Pride Lands form from Kingdom Hearts 2. He was gonna look very Final Fantasy-esque, and his original Keyblade was actually something that like a chainsaw. It was pretty wild. But I said all that to say, when it got changed, Disney, being Disney, just couldn't help themselves and just had to go and constantly remind us that Kingdom Hearts is part of, well, I might be wrong about it being part of their franchise, but Disney is definitely in Kingdom Hearts. I can at least say that. And the reason that bothers me is because I could be wrong. I mean, maybe the lore changed or something, or it's explained better in the book. But the thing about the Keyblade is supposed to represent you as a person, right? So when, like, okay, here's a classic example. What are we missing? So here's a classic example. Here's an excellent example, really. Riku's Soul Eater, which when it first was introduced, I don't honestly think it was a form of Keyblade. It was just, it's his own weapon. It was just a thing. It didn't actually become a Keyblade until Kingdom Hearts. Well, yeah, Kingdom Hearts. Somewhere between, no, definitely Kingdom Hearts 2. I was about to say between Kingdom Hearts, Chain of Memories, Rechain of Memories, Reverse Rebirth, but that's not true because he still had it when he was in his Ansem form. But, I mean, if it was a Keyblade, then that's fine, but it's just hard to imagine it being a Keyblade when it doesn't resemble a key. I know for a fact that there are some Keyblades that don't have keychains on them, but for the most part, that was only design flaws. Like, my favorite boss in any game ever, of all time, forever and always, is the Lingering Will. His Keyblade, well, its Keyblade does not have a keychain because the keychain design, for whatever insane reason, had not been thought up. So there was no keychain on the Keyblade, not because, mechanically speaking, he did not have one, but because they just never thought to give him one. That's pretty funny. And I think, I kind of hate they let that happen, because, I mean, how can you design the Lingering Wheel as excellently as you did, and then just totally lose it by not giving him a keychain? Now, I don't know if there's a canon explanation, but my theory is, I'm just kind of rambling now, but it's like the only way I could see them making that canon for why the Lingering Wheel has no Keyblade is because the Lingering Wheel is the Lingering Wheel. It has no heart, essentially, so it has no keychain. I guess that can kind of make sense. I don't know. But the real world reason why is because they just didn't think to give it one. That is all. So with that in mind, and the Soul Eater that Riku originally used for a large majority of Kingdom Hearts in general, I would think that the reason why his does not have a keychain is because either A, it was for some reason an evolving Keyblade, similar... Ah, dang it, I didn't see that. I would have reacted sooner if I had saw that, but oh well. I'm not going to make it. Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, that was so clutch. Oh, wait, that wasn't me. Dang it. Ah, well, it's fine. I'm glad the party at least got it. Oh, man, I thought I had done it. My Nova wasn't strong enough. Unlike a certain somebody I know, my Nova isn't 100 billion, so it wouldn't, of course, one-shot it, even though I was able to get it off, but oh, well. Man, I totally kind of lost track of that. I thought that was me. Ah, well. I'm glad they're at least reliable enough to take care of it. But yeah, so the only explanation is either Riku's Keyblade is an evolving Keyblade, similar to, Terra's, Aqua's, and Ventus's, or however you want to say it. Because Terra's, I mean, the thing about it is something you need to keep in mind with the Keyblade, and something that kind of falls short with Kingdom Hearts 2 and onward is that the Kingdom Key, I'm getting off topic, I actually need to get back to that thing, but the Kingdom Key essentially is the truest form of Sora's Keyblade. It transforms when he changes keychains. So say, for example, he has the Kingdom Key, and he gets something, I think it's called the Olympia, I think. Yeah, it is. You know what? No, forget that. Let me do an example I actually know for a fact. Oblivion, the Oblivion Keyblade, another one of my favorites. Okay, the Kingdom Key is the Kingdom Key. That's its default form. It will transform into another Keyblade when a keychain is put on it. So, say for example, you remember the keychain from Oblivion is like a black crown? That's all Sora gets. So when he puts that black crown keychain on the Kingdom, well, replaces the Kingdom Key's keychain with that one, the Kingdom Key transforms into Oblivion. That was how they handled that in Kingdom Hearts 1. So when Kingdom Hearts 2 comes out, it makes it just really strange. That's kind of where it loses me. I mean, I love the Kingdom Hearts series as a whole. In all honesty, I only have one real complaint about it. Excuse me, but that's not important right now. But yeah, so when they introduced that the Keyblades keychain seem to be part of the Keyblades themselves, I mean, it's not like it's that big of a deal. It's not like it's shocking or game breaking or anything. It's just interesting to see how they kind of turned it on its head about that. But yeah, that was how it was originally. So back to back to Riku and Terra and all them. Their Keyblades evolved. Like, I believe Terra's was first called the Earth Shaker, and it was like that really strangely small Keyblade. Yet when Terra, roughly around the time Terra chose Riku as his successor, in all honesty, the Keyblade actually transformed into Ends of the Earth. Now, that's just my thing. If you go by Kingdom Hearts 1 logic, that's what happened, because they don't really dual wield, so there's no way to disprove it. But if you go by Kingdom Hearts logic, his Earth Shaker became Ends of the Earth. And the same thing can be said about Ventus's and Aqua's Keyblade. Theirs also evolved once they reached to a certain point. And yeah, you could just go back and use the other one if you so desired, but that was, for whatever reason, for gameplay purposes. I'm talking about from a lore perspective, those Keyblades are gone. They transformed into something better. Boink. And gotta try and get back on topic here. Back to Riku. He when his Soul Eater, which again I don't think it was a Keyblade because it was not even remotely shaped like a key. And he never even used it as one for a long time. I don't think he even used it as one until right there at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 when they opened the door to Kingdom Hearts, or at least the door to Xemnas in the final battle, remember? So he never really, I don't think, even used it as a key until that point. But of course, by then you could consider it a Keyblade because it actually had teeth, which were the white wing on the back and a keychain. So all that being said, I completely lost topic of what my main point was. But, you know, just something to help fill in the video, I suppose. Oh, wait. Yeah, now I remember. My thing about Sora is that his Kingdom Key keychain, the one that should oh yeah, that's right, Riku's. If you look at Riku's Way to Dawn Keyblade, you can see why, if there's any Keyblade that represents anyone in all of Kingdom Hearts, it is Riku's Way to the Dawn, or Way to the Dawn, I believe it's called, Road to the Dawn, something like that. You know which one I mean. That Keyblade represents him more than any other Keyblade in the entire series, if you ask me, because it's just looking at the Keyblade actually tells you the life story of Riku. He started off as a pretty decent guy, originally chosen by the Keyblade. He was seduced by the darkness, where he got Soul Eater, but then as he came around to the light, the Soul Eater changed into the Way of Dawn, which is represented by the white wings. So, all in all, okay, I'm gonna have to, oh right, Dark Side. Yeah, I was wondering what she could probably need help with. I'm actually glad she's doing that too, because since this isn't the actual boss, there was no way I would have known. No way I would have known which direction he's in. Hey, good news. I'm here. So, with that being said, Sora is now supposed to be a representation. Yeah, see, that's what happens when I talk too fast. And my mic is probably too close. There we go. A representation of him. Why is his the Mickey head? Why is his the logo of Disney? That actually makes me so mad. Like, it would make more sense if his was just a silver crown. You know, just like Oblivion's was a black one. It would make sense for Sora's to be silver. It would make sense for his Keyblades keychain to resemble his necklace, the crown, right? But for whatever dumb reason, they made it the Mickey head. And that actually annoys me because it's just like a constant reminder of how Disney wants to rub it in our faces that, oh, we have Kingdom Hearts, this amazing game. Oh, and we can do whatever we want with it. It just bothers me that they would do that to the main character's Keyblade. Like, it's bad enough they made Mickey, you know, in everything, even where he shouldn't be. They could have just... That's another thing about the Kingdom Hearts series, is that a lot of people talked about how kid-friendly it is and childish. And honestly, it kind of is with all the Disney characters. It doesn't really even get remotely dark until Chain of Memories, where Axel straight up assassinates people. And even more darker than that with all of Birth by Sleep, because in that game, if you haven't played it, no spoiler warning, technically, as far as Birth by Sleep is concerned, Xehanort wins. Like, his plan was delayed, but he more or less got what he wanted. The only real thing he didn't get was the Keyblade. I know that's going to be really weird to say when I have to actually say it and not spell it, but he pretty much got the other thing he wanted, which I won't say in case you don't know. But in all honesty, if you really look at it, Xehanort won in Birth by Sleep, so that was very dark. And I'll get back to the Keyblade in a second. But yeah, Sora's Keyblade should represent him, not Disney. That's the main thing that bothers me about it. But yeah, so let me go ahead and talk about the Keyblade before I forget. I want to call it the Keyblade because that's what it looks like it says. But yeah, the Keyblade. It's essentially... Okay, I already got it. It's essentially 2 Kingdom Keys. Sora's Kingdom Keys. Oh, never mind, I forgot. The other one's called like the Kingdom Key D. But anyway, it's 2 Kingdom Keys put together. And that's another problem I have where that doesn't make sense either. Because think about it. The only time there were multiple Kingdom Keys was with Roxas and Xion. And little misconception people had at the beginning. I don't know if it's ever been corrected. But Xion is not a clone of Sora. Xion is supposed to be a clone of Roxas. Which is really weird to make a clone. Well, I guess not. Because I forgot Roxas technically isn't a nobody either. He's just a reincarnated Ventus. But that's all kind of other Kingdom Hearts theories we can talk about some other time. But getting back on track, that was the only time there were multiple Kingdom Keys. So, and in all honesty, there should only be one. So I think it would make a lot more sense. And you guys, let me know if you agree. Wouldn't it make more sense if the Keyblade... you know what? I'm just going to call it the X-Blade. You know, as long as you can't see what I'm talking about as far as text is concerned, for the sake of conversation, I'm just going to call it the X-Blade. So, wouldn't it make more sense for the X-Blade to have, you know, the Kingdom Key and the Kingdom Key D be the parts that make it up and not 2 Kingdom Keys when 2 of them shouldn't even exist at that point? You see what I'm trying to say here? And after all that Keyblade talk, the last thing I want to add is, what would you believe your Keyblade looks like? As I mentioned earlier, you have no control over it. Like, if this was a real thing, your Keyblade would just resemble your personality. Like, it would just be your personality. It'd be like a physical manifestation of your spirit. Not a stand, per se, but something similar. It would represent you to the purest form, a la Riku's Way to the Dawn. So with that being said, what would you believe your Keyblade would look like? For me, I would believe my Keyblade would look something like this version of the Sleeping Lion and Kingdom Hearts 2's version of the Fenrir, because I'm a fan of wolves. So, and in addition to that, it's probably also going to look like I didn't notice we have a red copter fleet. I'm going to have to take care of that. Crap, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Also, it's probably going to resemble like a foreteller's Keyblade, because it would have like a wolf. It would have like a wolf near the hilt, kind of like the foreteller's does, where theirs has an animal at the hilt. Mine would be like that. It would have like wings on it, like this version of the Sleeping Lion does. And then it would have like the bandages wrapped somewhat around it, like the Fenrir from Kingdom Hearts 2 does. So that's how I imagine my Keyblade would look. I would draw it if I could, draw, but I can't. But yeah, that's basically how I believe my Keyblade would look, just based off what I like and personality speaking. Is there anything even over here? Oh yeah, of course. There's gonna be more of the other stuff. Yep. The boss is gonna appear here in a second, so probably just gonna chill out. Yep, there he is. But yeah, I'll end the video after this, but I just wanted to rap to you all about Keyblades. I didn't even mean to go on for as long as I have. I don't even know how long I've been talking. So yeah, I'm definitely going to end it after this video. And you know, ending it on Dark Side I think is pretty great, because it's kind of funny. We've been talking about Keyblades and Kingdom Hearts and Sora and all that stuff. And on that note, let me go and say this, because someone will probably eventually bring it up, so I'm just going to say it now. I will talk more about Skull. Actually, I guess I'll do it now. So, funny thing about Skull is that I'm going to say over here, so that at least those who haven't come yet. The thing about Skull is that I got his name from Norse mythology. But the funny thing about that is even the Norse mythology does not have their own facts straight. Like, some say that Skull is supposed to be the wolf chasing the sun. Some say Skull is the one chasing the moon. They don't even know, really. But either one sounds pretty cool to me. The wolf that chased the sun, I think, probably sounds the cooler, because it's stereotypical for wolves to be associated with the moon. But I like the wolf that chased the sun. And he's also, and this is something interesting I swear I did not know when I chose the name, is that Skull is also the son, one of the two sons of Fenrir. So that's just awesome. Like I said, if my Keyblade resembled anything, if there was any more proof you needed, it'd be that, because I did not know that when I chose his name. So I thought that was pretty cool. Speaking of things pretty cool, I need you all to play along again, if you don't mind. Close your eyes. There's something I want to show you right quick. Alright, you may open them. Behold, it is the updated version of, I decided to turn it just so you get a good view, because I have no idea how this will turn out, but I think I know. So probably just mess that up, because of course I would. But I'm not going to let that ruin this. This is the updated, improved version of the picture that Eternia of Light drew me. As you can see, Skull has a tail now. I mean, he always had the tail, but it just wasn't there. So I talked to her about it, and I absolutely love this one more, because why wouldn't I? It's improved. But it just makes more sense, because if with the tail you can get a better feel of where exactly Ruby is and where Skull is, so that actually helps with the field of view. But I like it. I mean, doesn't that just look so good? It's so beautiful. And of course, I have it as my new wallpaper. So obviously this is my new favorite video, but again, I've been talking long enough. I don't want to risk ruining this video utterly, so I'm just going to go ahead and end it now. Thank you all for tuning in with my ramblings. I hope I didn't somehow offend anybody talking about Keyblades and whatnot. You have to forgive my knowledge of Kingdom Hearts, because I haven't been, brushing up on it. Because I've stopped playing since, I never played Kingdom Hearts 3DS or 3Ds, however you want to say it. Dream Drop Distance. Thank you. Thank you, Skull. I never played Dream Drop Distance. I know about it. I know what happens in it. And in that game is one of the biggest retcons I have ever seen. It's like I said, that's my only legitimate complaint. Yeah, I talked about Kingdom Key and all that stuff, but what goes on in that game is legitimately the biggest. But again, that's enough for now. Thank you all for tuning in. Sorry if this video went on a bit longer than I thought. Sorry if I somehow screwed the audio up, because again, I have no control over that. I just noticed I had the mic was over my hand, so, there's that too. It's probably already been ruined. Again, sorry about that, but hopefully the overall video makes up for it. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you around.